Okay. Hey, hello. Oh my goodness gracious. Don't kill me, anybody. All right. That should be better. You should actually be able to hear me now. Wow. I apologize. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, well, let's try to get this fixed real quick. Because I didn't realize that I had a little glitch here before things started. There. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I think at least you can hear me now. So that's really good. Perfect. Let's get back to it, shall we? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay. All right. So let me scoot this over. Now, if the sound is a little bit off, or if the music's a little too loud, or whatever, somebody yell. Somebody give me a yell. Now let me go back. What in the world was I doing? Okay, so 3. Now, I'm not entirely convinced that I want to go with that large of a size right offhand. Just want to make sure that that bubble is gone. I kind of wanted something a little smaller, but you know what? I'm going to top dot these, and I do want to make sure maybe that the top dots kind of come inward, right? So it might actually work in my favor to do it a little larger. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Let's just go one side and then the other. Pretty much anything above 3, 2.5 or 3, depending on the day, really doesn't do well for walk dots with the flathead tools. So what I've learned to do is, instead of just walking the dots, is just taking the tools down in size, 0.5 by 0.5 as I go down. I had to break my own habit of just trying to walk them because I was so used to doing stuff just like with the nail art tools. That it did take a while for me to get out of that. Okay. I'm going to kind of go a little slowly here. Awkward angles and all. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. We're getting there. We got to keep rotating this around. All right. Oh, one more. Thought Thought I was done. Not done. Definitely not done. Okay. Okay, so that's a 3.5. Let's go down to a 3. And then again, we'll just consistently move down a little farther and a little farther and a little farther. All right. So I'm going to move you guys up a little. I think it might be a little bit easier to see a little farther away since I do kind of have to keep it sort of rotating it around. Hopefully now you'll be able to see it okay. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to a 3. And I'm just going to curl. Oops. Let's start here. All right. How do I... Okay. Now, this one somehow got off center. So I'm going to fix that real quick while I'm looking at it. I'm going to put my 3 down for a second. All right, it's my little bag full of trusty little Q-tips. Now, the white is dry. That was last week's work. So I can totally go over that. Kind of rub that a little. Get another one. Don't want to be stingy if you're removing stuff. There. Okay. And this one, it's okay. All right, that's better. Okay. Now we're back on track. Back in a 3. Okay. Actually, no, I take that back. I do need to go and correct that. So we're not completely back on track. So these will just slowly progress down and over. And then I'll kind of curl that around so that it's more of an actual walked dot in that kind of diamond shape. Instead of whatever this funkiness looks like right now. Okay. Okay. This edge. I'm so glad all of this is dry. I'd never be able to do this in one sitting. We'd all have paint all over us here. I have everything everywhere. Okay. Pretty sure I did a 4, right? Originally. Okay. 4, and then a 3.5, and then a 3. So as long as I remember the first one correctly, can't go wrong with the rest. Well, I probably could. I shouldn't say that. Okay, that one was a little wide, and I think that's the problem. The original dots were a little wide here. Yeah, it's still going to be a little different than the other ones, but we're all about the funkiness today. Okay. And let's see. This is 2.5. All right, now this one, how do I want to do this? Not too terrible. Like I said, that one is kind of funky. Once I get some decoration on this here, some highlights with the top dots, I think it's going to stand out better. Not impressed right now. Oops. Some of the other ones are a little better, but I wanted to try it. I wanted to have a little bit of something different. Okay. Almost. And then I kind of had a rough guideline right here. I don't even know if it's visible. On where I wanted the next section to go. Now, the next section on this is going to be really, really loose. It's going to be, again, let's see, kind of this curled. I have it plotted out to come in between this one and then go up and over the original. So I really hope that works. But I got to get through this first. Like I said, I'm not convinced. What do you think? Decent? Maybe? We don't know yet? Yeah. All right, so now we've got the bottom. And then I'm going to leave it completely open. Now, I am going to have to, let's see, how do I want to do? This is open. This one, I have to come back in here and do now. Whoops. Yeah. Got a little squish fest going on over here with my competition for space between my feet and my tools. They don't like each other today. All right, let's get stuff out of the way. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this on, see if that helps. Let's see. So I had a 4 here. Now we get to fix this. Well, I shouldn't say fix because we really didn't do anything wrong. The only thing that's different right now is the fact that I didn't get to put the top dot on it. So again, we're kind of filling it in from the sides. So we're going to put a 3-5 here, 3, and then a 2-5. Just can't really get too far off. That's the 3-5. Three. And then I'll think about putting a half a dot here, because I can draw that in. I can magic in a half dot. That's not that difficult. Okay, 2-5. Okay. There. And of course, if anyone is deciding to kind of pop in, and if you have a question, yell. Because I usually don't get a whole ton of questions. I just kind of paint. I sometimes kind of just get caught up in what I'm doing here. Don't let me do that. So, all right. So that's set for now. I feel like it looks a little jumbly. Don't worry, it won't. Eventually it won't. All right. Because I'm only going to use a couple of dots, I'm going to pull out my silver. And I'm just going to go straight from the cap here. That's probably like a 6. Okay. What happened with that dot right there? The trouble with doing a vase like this is that you have to do one side at a time. And if you're not real careful about it, what happened here is I had tilted the vase after I had painted it, and I tilted it just a little bit too far, and the dot that was right there ran. Whoops. But it happens, you know. Not terribly difficult to fix. Okay. All right, highlight time. Just gonna get a few little highlights on the tips, purposely leaving the smallest ones open. I think that was the only one that didn't have anything. Okay. I had scattered around some zinc dots, and I did like that. Now, what I want to do, I wanted to get that out of the way before I forgot, but that's definitely not the whole point here. All right, let's scoot you down just a little. Okay. These ones need a little extra. And then so do the eyes that I just did. Oh, you know what? Let's put this one in the palette. I already have a little medium in the palette. So let me just use that. Let's get that mixed up. Okay. Done and done there. And what was that? Get a little bit of a drink, sorry. Away here. Let's do a 4. Now, let's test my skill with not, oh, actually, you know what? I probably don't even want a 4. Like, what am I thinking? What, like probably a 3. 3.5. Make up your mind. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to have all of these pointing into the center again. I'm going to stay consistent. Okay. With just the blue and the white, with the blue background, even in the beginning too, I noticed that if I'm not real careful, everything wants to blend together and it kind of looks like a jumbled mess. So I had to start thinking a little bit more about how I wanted to do these accents, these little top dots, try to get everything separated from one another. There. All right. Can you tell I have a dog? My goodness. All the fur. Okay. I'm going to stay with that 3.5. Okay. Here we go. And that feels a little better. I'll put some silver down on the blue dots in the row below this. So they'll have a bit of a highlight too. I keep thinking, dang, I've been doing pretty good. I haven't stuck the palm of my hand in any of the wet paint so far. Knock on wood. Gonna jinx the bejeezers out of myself if I'm not careful. But okay. Got a little more in the center. looking a little more, I like that, I like that. All right, okay, let me check on this here real quick. Alrighty. I'm gonna do let's fix that a little because I notice it's a little off, huh? Now I want to do, I never do the middle one, just kind of a thing. Probably a 4. Now that I'm going to put a little bit extra on here, I'm going to take and add more of this in. Oh, come on. There. Okay, there's that much. I'll get that stirred in. Now, I suppose it wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't get medium in this, because it is going to be cured eventually, but it certainly does make a difference. So there's that much. And then let's go into my silver. This beautiful silver I've got going. Okay. And again, I'm going to stay kind of at the bottom. Okay. There we go. And hopefully this will be just enough to help all these little bits and pieces stand out so they don't all get lost in one another. Okay, there we go. And you know what? I probably want one up here too. So I'm probably going to do that as well. So let's try that. Let's go right into the swoosh. Try not to go overboard. Now the walked dots are not dry. Oh, hey Susan, how's it going? Yeah, it has been a little while since you've dropped by, right? So I don't even know what, this is definitely new. I don't know what you've seen last, but yeah, that's definitely new. So got all that. Now okay. Now I've got to get through here. And I'm just debating on what color I should bring this little line. And I don't want it to be too thick, but I do want it to stand out. And hopefully you can hear me okay, by the way. Okay. I'm going to take a look. What did we do over here? What I'm going to do is use the silver and the zinc for this line because I liked the way that that looked on this other side. These ones over here, I think. And then that way I can put in the swooshes of different colors too. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I had to reschedule. I was all ready. I thought I was all prepared, and then something came up. So, unfortunately, but life happens. You know, it is what it is. So, all right. I think let's go backwards. Let's start with maybe like a 1. Okay, I'm just going to progress up. I have a couple wet over here, so I got to be careful. Where am I going to put my hand? Okay. I'm not sure how visible it is because it's pretty dark. Let's turn the light back on. Doesn't help me much, but it might you. Okay. Just moving on up. Oh, good. Okay. Sometimes the dark on the dark. Never sure. Okay. And then I'm gonna drag this all the way down to intersect here. And then I'll do another, depending on how dry everything is. And then I'll drag it all the way around on the other side. Okay, hello. Okay. Now I can get away with dropping those little tiny ones in there. Okay, there's that side. If I could finish this tonight, I would. Honestly, if at all, one more. Because all I'm gonna do is highlight this one. I've got a few tiny little highlights I'll probably put on the tips here. And let me twirl this as much as I can. And then this right here, what I'm going to do is bring this line up and around. And then I'm just going to put maybe like a half of a curl or something up here. And that's it. That's it. And then I'm going to stop. Like for reals, stop. It has to stop. Like it's got to be done. I'm ready to move on to my next thing. I love this so much, but I've got to get it cured, and I'll probably maybe I'll make a short or something showing the curing, just, you know, because it's kind of been such a project. Yep. Oh, yeah. And I think my problem with this is, yeah, literally not knowing when to stop. But that also is partly because I did it that way, right? I wanted to fill it up. So, yeah, kind of took on a life of its own. And I let it just take over. I'm struggling to remember the name of the plant. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking about up there. I'll think of it eventually. Make sure that's kind of centered in between these two. Something like that. Oh. I'll think of it after I don't need it anymore. Is there something there, or is that, okay, is that on my tool or is that on the vase? Clean my tool off real good, real quick. That, yeah, there's something there on the actual glass. Some sort of scratch, and it's pulling the paint down into it. I wonder. I mean, this vase is old. Had it a number of years. And there's some funky things on it. just some, you know, old scratches and things. I wonder. If I can rearrange that a little. Maybe I can stop it from doing that. Okay. Now let's go back. Gotta be careful with tilting it. I don't know how much is dry on the other side. Okay, let's go up to a 6, and then I'll go the opposite direction again. Gonna move that one. Whoops. Wanted that a little bit closer so that it starts to curve there. A little closer to me. There. Okay, so it's not so incredibly straight. Yeah, let's go 5, 5, and I'll start maneuvering this down. All right, something like that. I might move it a little though. I think I want it a little bit higher arc. I don't want it to curve back quickly. I've got a lot of room to fill here, right? Yeah. Here. This is going pretty quickly though. That's about as far as I can roll it right now, I think, comfortably. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to curl around. There. Now I'll take probably blue. Maybe a 1. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Since it's still wet. Gotta lift it up a little. That one definitely didn't go where it was supposed to, so a little more careful. Okay, I'm just gonna go through. And get a dot in between all of these, all the way down. And then maybe if I'm lucky, it'll be dry enough that I can do the top dots right away. Would love that. Oh, perfect. I'm glad someone else does. Okay. Oh, I'm afraid I might have rolled a little too much over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, where is the edge? There. Okay. I rolled it too far. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna hold it up. First thing. Oh, it already is kind of dried. The things we do. Okay. I'm just using the tip because this is already kind of dried, just to get off, oops, just to get off the stuff that's not on the dot. And then I can dot right over it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave that for a moment. I'm gonna kind of finish this here. And I'll let that fade. Oh, into the bottom there. All right. And let's go to a 0.5. Okay. I really don't want much right here. I'm a little afraid that it's just going to blend. So I'm going to leave that. Okay, I'm going to lift this up again. Let's see. Get my hand nice and snug in there. And the good thing is this is going to get dotted over anyways. There. Okay. Set that guy back down. Make sure I didn't get the other side. All right. So for the most part, except for that area right where I touched it, I should be able to come in and do my dot dots. Okay. These are all the same size right here. All right. Now I'll move down. I feel like any minute now, it's gonna smear. I'm all afraid to touch it. And none of this down here is wet. It's just cold. I guess my brain is thinking cold equates to wet, and it's having a hard time. Make that one a little bit bigger. And I am just holding this up too a little. Okay, I'm going to spin that around here. Okay, make sure that that's looking all right. I know it's not going to drip completely off, but it can get smudged. So I'm just going to hover it in the air. Okay, let's go way down here. 0.5. Done. Put my finger there as a guide. Wow. Yeah. I know, it's crazy, right? I mean, everything kind of looks so jumbled and messed up and kind of squished together, and it doesn't really have any depth to it. And then you just start putting another color on it, and all of a sudden it's something completely different. It is crazy. I love it. Let's see. Okay. These little touches here. All right, so the very last thing, I just got to make sure that I get, let's lift it up again, a top dot or two here. There, cheat just a little bit. Okay. Wow. Okay. There. Had to find a nice spot for it to sit. Seriously, me too. I completely lucky. I think I've got like a little bit of paint on me there, but yeah. Wow. I'm kind of just taking a real quick look around everything. Let me pull the camera up and away. Can't really move it too much farther up. Okay. All right. So unless I find something like last minute-y, I think that'll be it. The only other thing that I had actually even considered doing with this one is in some of these spaces like here and here, just the little kind of open sections, is just put in like a grouping of dots, maybe like 3 of them or so. Like one large dot and then some micro dots around it, and just like a little triad of those in some of these spaces. Just to, you know, kind of close it all in. Because like this is, I really completely filled that. So the only real empty space is on this side. And I think if I do anything more than just a couple of dots here on this side, it might ruin it. I don't know. Okay, let me set that back. All right. I'm pretty happy with it overall. Definitely did not turn out like what I had in mind. Yep, I agree. It's just there's so much on it, and I just keep adding to it and adding to it. And even though I do really want to make sure, you know, that there's not some weird kind of gap somewhere, it needs to stop. It needs to stop somewhere. And I guess this is a good place as any, right? So I will let that dry. I'll let it do its thing over there. Yeah, and then I gotta get it cured. I gotta get it in my oven. And then my next one, I've got 1 or 2 projects that I want to do next. So I'm going to scoot this up out of the way. Put it somewhere where my daughter's lovely hands are not going to get in it. And then this, or these, I've got them together right now. This will be my next project. So, and this I'm really excited to get started on. Something different, something new. It's either that or I go back to glass. So I did this sketch and then I did a rock, and I hated the rock, but I'll still show it anyways. What I'm going to do, so I fell in love with this. I love the colors, burgundy and gold, and the black. I fell in love with the colors. I was experimenting with it. Their colors were supposed to go together, and I'm like, I just don't think they're going to go together. I don't think I'm going to like it. And I fell in love with it. And it is. Yeah. So I'm going to take this, and my idea anyways, because my first desire to replicate it failed. My idea is I'm going to take and put this on my canvas. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to have it overlap. I don't know if the lines are too visible. I'm going to have it overlap, and then I'm going to have another one on the side. So I'm going to have this a 3-piece set, kind of essentially. I will split these eventually. Right now I've got them tacked together just so that I could draw this out evenly. And so when I paint it, I won't accidentally screw up a line or something. So I've got them tacked together. So yeah, So, but this, I think I'll darken this beige. I think I'm going to make it a little darker. I do have a darker brown here. Then I did this one. This one's just kind of like a nutmeg or a chocolate brown. So I will make this a darker brown. So I might swap these. But then for the rest, it's going to be the black, the burgundy, and the gold. And that's it. That's going to be my next one. And then once these are painted, they'll be separated. I'll pull them apart and have them as 3 individual canvases. So it's either that or I've got a couple of these little jars that I wanted to do as well, since these are pretty small, a little smaller than the ones I usually do. I'm going to have to find a real nice small pattern, something to go on here. So that's, I think this is, yeah, I think this is going to be my next one. This is the one I'm most excited about. Because this, like I said, it kind of failed. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It didn't come out nearly as beautiful. But it is what it is. And I'm going to post the creation of it anyways, because not everything that we make is perfect. And it didn't come out as I had planned, but you know, we are human, and I want to show that we're human and we make mistakes, and sometimes our decisions yeah, aren't always the best. Or they just don't turn out sometimes, and that's okay. So so I'm gonna get my vase back up here. Make sure it's got enough room to breathe overnight. Hopefully nobody comes in and pushes it, touches it, or has it roll off the table, and we're good. So that is it. Next week I'm coming back on Monday. I have everything still scheduled for Mondays. Seems like that kind of works. So we will, I think I'll wrap that up. The only other thing that I've got to do with this one is just make sure I've still got lines all over it. From the Expo marker that I used to kind of mark off some of these. So I do have to come back in with a nice soft cloth, and usually what I use is I have a ton of those cloths from your glasses, those really soft ones, and I'm just gonna kind of buff this out, make sure that all of my lines are off, and then I'll toss it in the oven. So hey, whew, that was huge. I think that has taken me, I think this will be episode 12, I think. Yeah. And those episodes range from anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. So yeah, I would say at least 13 hours, 13, 14 hours that I've probably put in on this one. And somebody better probably could have done this in, 2 hours or something, I feel like. Not that quick, but okay. But it's been really fun. It's really been a big learning experience, and I would love to do something like this again in the future. Yeah, I totally think I will at some point in time. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you have a great night, and we'll head back Monday again. Yep. Brand new month will be us. So I'll start a new project. So if you have any ideas, once I get this posted too, I'm going to see about checking to see if there's any other color schemes or stuff that might come up that people want to suggest. So, all right. Well, nice. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. Have a good night. You take care. Ready. Bye-bye.